if you don't take care of this?
I'm going to pull my mother out of here so fast it'll make your head spin. And I'll make sure everybody knows just exactly why.
Hello, I'm Ray Lupian. You're from the Department of Public Health.
Yes, I'm Carol Schindler. Hello.
I don't want my staff any more upset than they already are. So let's get this done as quickly as we can. I'm getting the medical reports.
Okay, well, what I'd like to do first is to take a walk around the facility. And then I'd like to see the patient. Here's a list of the people that I'd like to see later.
I'll page Janine Conroy, the head nurse, to show you around.
Thank you.
Good morning, Marion. Marion, this is Mrs. Schindler from the Department of Public Health. She wants to talk to you about what happened.
Why don't you just leave me alone?
Oh, I know it must be hard for you with your wrist all bandaged up like that.
I can take care of myself.
Mrs. Conroy, I'd like to talk to Mrs. Jankowski. Alone for a moment.
All right.
Mrs. Jankowski. I know that you must be pretty uncomfortable right now, but I need some information about what happened the night before last. Could you start when Mrs. McGuire was giving you your medication?
Huh? Oh, Phyllis.
Here we go, Marion.
That's not my medicine. Mine is blue.
Marion, this is the medicine that your doctor prescribed. You've been taking it every day.
I won't take it. You can't make me.
Marion, you could have a lot of trouble with your blood pressure if you don't take your medicine regularly. Now you know that.
What do you care? It's none of your business.
Would you rather have some juice to take it with?
Now, why don't you just leave me alone?
Look, I know you're having a bad day today. Why don't you take your pill and we'll get you into bed? You feel better in the morning, okay?
Phyllis, when you can.
Yeah, just a second. Look, Marion, other patients need to get their medicine. I can't stand around all night arguing.
No, I won't take it.
Look what you've done.
And that was when...
She hurt me.
Did she sound angry with you?
She was angry because I wouldn't take my medicine.
What did she say?
Oh, she grabbed my wrist. It hurt all night. I couldn't sleep.
Did you tell anyone your wrist was hurting?
They wouldn't do anything. They gave me one of my sleeping pills. When I woke up, it was all swollen up.
Well, I wasn't in the room when it happened, so I really can't say.
I understand, but what's your perception about what happened that evening? I mean, what kind of a nurse is Phyllis McGuire?
Oh, one of my best. I really rely on her. But she has been under a lot of pressure lately. That night was one of the worst. I begged her to stay on for an extra shift because I couldn't get enough pool nurses to cover it. She'd already been working 13 to 14 hours straight.
Are you sure you can't handle just one more kid? It's only for the month until school begins. Okay, just let me know if you hear about anything. Yep, bye-bye.
You look about like I feel. Who's taking care of Lisa tonight, Don?
Yep. God, Janine, don't do this to me again, okay?
Listen, in case you haven't noticed, I'm working the same hours you are. Things aren't going to get any easier around here until we get some new staff.
What am I going to do if I can't find a new sitter for Lisa?
Don't give up. I'll ask around.
You know, Janine, I can't find somebody. You're going to be short another nurse. You know, I'm not happy about the way Marion's doing. She just seems to get more depressed and disoriented.
Her son told me that they finally put her house on the market. It must be hard for her to realize she's never going back.
I wish she could make some friends here.
So you would say that Phyllis and Mrs. Jankowski had a good relationship?
Oh, I would say that Marion is one of Phyllis's favorites.
I can't believe I was holding her hard enough to break her wrist. I just can't believe that. All I was trying to do was to keep her from scratching me again and to get her to take her medicine.
Are you sure you didn't overreact? I mean, she did quite a job on your face.
I grabbed her arm to keep her from scratching me again. That's it. I would never hurt a patient, never.
What do you usually do when a patient refuses medication? I mean, what is the policy
But it's her
here?
blood pressure medicine. She has to have it.
Does she often do this? Refuse her medication?
Yes. She gets confused. And she's been very depressed lately. She's been feeling isolated, and when she gets like that, she thinks everybody's out to get her. She's just a little out of touch. Her mind wanders.
And what happened 2 nights ago?
She was having a really bad day. Hello, Marion. How was dinner? How's that sweater for your son coming?
Just one more sleeve to finish. If he gains any more weight, it won't fit him. When is he coming to see me?
Today's only Tuesday, Marion. I'm sure he's going to be here on Saturday, just like always.
Janine Conroy, you have a call on line 1.
I'm not going to stay here much longer.
But who's going to take care of you, Marion?
I don't need anybody to take care of me. I can take care of myself.
Do you remember all those falls you had? I think your hair looks very pretty today, Marion. Come on. Let's get you into bed now. It's time for your medicine, too.
I don't want it. You can't make me take it.
Well, you feel better once you're washed up.
Why don't you leave me alone?
It sounds as though she was pretty agitated.
She was convinced I was giving her the wrong medication.
No, I won't take it.
Put you down.
Ow!
Mac, I need help. Could you ring a bell, please? Marion, sit down. Just sit down, Marion. Sit down, Marion. Sit. No, Marion. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you hurt me again. Mac, you better page Janine, all right?
Can you page Mrs. Conroy to room 213, please?
Janine Conroy, you are needed in room 213.
Are you feeling a little calmer now, Marion? Do you think that you can take your medicine now?
Well, after she took her medication, what did she seem like then?
I didn't know her wrist was hurting her. I certainly wouldn't have ignored that.
But you didn't file a report.
There was just too much going on then. I was going to do it in the morning.
Apparently, the night shift wasn't aware of this incident at all. Do you know how come?
I don't know. We have been real understaffed.
Well, she must have told somebody.
Are you feeling a little better now, Miriam? It's like a glass of water or something.
She hurt me.
Who, Phyllis?
My arm hurts.
I'm sure she didn't mean to hurt you.
Watch out for my arm.
I see it.
I told you my arm hurts.
Okay.
Now, you told Mrs. Conroy.
Sure. Right after I put Mary to bed. Mrs. Conroy, Miriam says that her wrist hurt. Maybe someone ought to check it out.
She's in bed now?
Yeah, I think she's asleep.
Okay. I'll report it to the night nurse.
And she said that she would take care of it? Do you know whether she did?
She said she'd report it to the night nurse. As far as I know, she did.
I don't find anything about it in the records.
That's not my job.
Well, it's everybody's responsibility to make sure something like this gets reported to the division. At least make sure it gets reported by somebody.
Yeah, and get myself fired.
What did you do after Mac told you that Marion was complaining?
Well, I looked in on her, and she was asleep. I guess I thought it wasn't anything much.
Did you tell the night nursing supervisor?
She was late getting in. I told one of the night pool nurses.
But you didn't write anything in the chart.
I should have.
Phyllis is one of the best nurses I've got.